Peace family, Queen here. I want to show you in this video how to do your own calculations so that you can see what your potential returns would look like within my #1 project with the different strategies that I put out. Okay, some of you are contacting me to crunch your numbers and to calculate your numbers for you, and I just don't have the time to do that. And I would rather teach you how to be self-sufficient than to rely on somebody else when it comes to your wealth. Okay, so this is a really handy tool that I use. It's called thecalculatorsite.com, and what you would do is you want to go up under finance and you want to go to the compound interest calculator. So we're going to click on that, and I'm going to show you two different variations. I'm going to show you the crypto millionaire in 2 years strategy with the $5,000 investment, minimum 5,000, and then you can go up from there. And that's where the question comes in. People say, well, if I want to do more or whatever, because I've already done the calculation on the 5K investment, which in 2 years you're a crypto millionaire, and then I've done the calculations on the 0.15 BTC in 2.5 years. That gives you 308 Bitcoin. So now let me show you how to do the Bitcoin one first. All right, it's a little tricky because this is we're using the currency dollars. They don't have a BTC currency, but let me show you how to do it still. All right, so here put in 0.15 because that particular strategy, you have to start the strategy with 0.5, and in 2.5 years that grows to 308 Bitcoin. All right, now your interest is 2% a day, so that's 60% per month, right? And then in the years you would put 2 years, in the months you put 6 months. That's 2.5 years. Okay, now the compounding for each of these strategies is every 6 months. Okay, so this is the premium plan, so the compounding is every 6 months. So the compound interval we would put twice a year. That's 2 times a year, right? So half yearly, and then click calculate. Now don't pay attention to that dollar sign, right? Because again, they don't have a BTC currency, but you will see here that you're getting over 308 Bitcoin as your return with this particular strategy. Okay, now if you wanted to look at some different scenarios, just remember, in order to qualify for the highest rate of return, which is 60%, you must at least do 0.15 BTC and up. Okay, at least 0.15 and up. So now you can play with this thing here until your heart is content. All right, that is the Bitcoin strategy. Okay, let me show you another one, right? Just on this, say someone wanted to do 0.20 as their initial Bitcoin stake for the 2.5 years on the same strategy. We click calculate. That's going to bring back 411 Bitcoin in 2.5 years. Okay, all right, so now let's look at the 5K initial to millionaire status in 2 years. So we're going to put in 5,000. This is the USDT strategy. Okay, the rate is still the same. I'm going to take off the 6 months and just make it 2 years, and again you're compounding every 6 months, so that's twice a year. Click on calculate, and there's your USDT return, 2.2 million in 2 years. Okay, now what if you wanted to do 20,000 USDT on this strategy? Right, everything remains the same. We're just going to click calculate. All right, so now that's 8.9 million in 2 years. All right, see how that works? So again, here on this strategy, for the 60% to be effective for you, or to be able to get that particular return, you have to do 5,000 and above on this strategy. Okay, 5,000 and above on this strategy. All right, now let's look at one here someone asked me about. Hopefully they will see this video. They asked me to calculate 20,000 on a 1 year. Right? So we will do that and calculate. And that is your return, 423,200. Okay? So again, you can play around with these numbers. I like to do my calculations longhand, meaning pen and paper. That's just the way that I am. But then I will check my math by coming here and putting the numbers in here. Because when I do it by longhand, I'm only calculating on 30 days. And you know there's some months in the year that have more than 30 days. And this calculator here accounts for all of those days. Okay, so you can check and double check. And you can also use this tool, you know, as you're sitting down with the client. You know, they may say, well, hey, you know, I'm thinking about maybe putting in, you know, 40,000 or so. And you can sit down with them, you know, or share a screen with them or whatever. If you're not in the same spot, you can share a screen with them on a Zoom or something like that. And you can show them, you know, a hypothetical potential of what their returns will look like. And when people see this like this, there's no refuting math. You know, as long as our model, our business model with my number one project continues, and all signs lead to a positive yes, that it will continue as long as crypto is profitable, then, you know, we can share, you know, these strategies with our clients, and they can see it for themselves. Right? And this really gets people excited about the potential of what they want to do. Okay? So I hope that this has been helpful for you. Please, you know, utilize your upline sponsor, your ambassador. That should be your first person that you go to when you have questions in regards to our business here. And then from there, if they can't get your questions answered, then obviously you can speak with some of the staff. And then we have the private WhatsApp group as well. That's why I created it, so everyone can put their questions there, so we can all be filtered into one spot. Because the timing of me trying to answer everyone's personal inbox, email, personal DM message is getting to be a bit overwhelming. So I want to make sure that we're funneling all of our questions in the right way. Right? So your sponsor should be the first person that you contact, okay, to get your questions answered. They can't answer your questions. You have the WhatsApp group where you can post your questions, and you also have access to the actual staff of the business within the WhatsApp group, okay? All right, so I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next videos.